This video is for Tuesday, April 21st for trigonometry. Today I'm going to teach you about vector operations. So yesterday we talked about vectors and what they are. Today I'm going to teach you how to add two vectors together, how to subtract two vectors, and how to multiply them by a scalar. Okay, so on your notes there is a box that says vector operations, and it's more generic of how it works, but I always learn best by doing examples. So we're going to look at the examples on your notes, and I'm going to teach you how to do vector operations. Okay, so it says, let u, the vector u, be -2, 1, and let vector v be the vector 4, 3. Okay, then it says find the following. So part A says u plus v. So when you add vectors, you're going to add the corresponding components together. So we're going to take -2 plus 4 and get that answer, and then we're going to take 1 plus 3 and get that answer. So I'm going to write that down here. -2 plus 4 and 1 plus 3, and then we'll have 2 and 4, just like that. Okay, so you took the things in the first positions, -2 and 4, and you added those, and then you took the things in the second position, 1 and 3, and you added those. Alright, so that's part A. Part B says -2u. Now, this -2 is what we call a scalar, and so we're going to multiply vector u by -2. So we're just going to take -2 times vector u, and that's going to equal, you're kind of doing the distributive property here, so 4, -2. Like that. Okay, now the third one, part C, says 4u minus 3v. Okay, so what I'm going to do first is take 4 times the first vector, and then 3 times the second vector, and then we're going to subtract our result. Okay, so 4 times u, so I'm going to write this out. 4 times this vector minus 3 times vector v. Okay, so this becomes -8 and 4 minus 12 and 9. Okay, and then we're going to do -8 minus 12, which is -20. And then we're going to do 4 minus 9, which is -5. Okay, so that pretty much wraps up how to do vector operations. That's what your Google form is about today. I'm going to also mention about unit vectors really quickly. We're not doing any homework on unit vectors, but they are important to know about, so I am going to read that to you from your notes. So a unit vector is a vector that has a magnitude of 1. So that means its length is 1, if you remember from yesterday. Two very useful unit vectors are defined as follows. So I will write this down. Let me get a new page. Okay, so we're talking about unit vectors, and their magnitude is 1. And they are represented as follows. I is 1, 0, and j is 0, 1. Okay, so their lengths would be 1, because if you squared this, that's 1 plus 0, and then you take the square root of that, that'd be 1. Same story here, 0 squared is 0, plus 1 squared is 1, the square root of that is 1, so both of these have magnitude 1. Now, with the unit vectors I and j, we can express any other vector a, comma b, in the form ai plus bj. Okay, so for example, the vector 3, 4 can be rewritten as 3i plus 4j. Okay, so that's just kind of how unit vectors work. Like I said, there's not any homework on this. Your homework is to do vector operations. So at the top of the Google form, I will tell you what the two vectors are, and then you'll have questions that say like u plus v or u minus v, and you'll have to take the components and do that operation, and then you will pick the correct answer. So it's a multiple choice scenario. Okay, so I hope that that made sense, and if not, shoot me an email and I'll get back to you and help you. So keep up the good work. I miss you all very much, and I hope that you're well. So that's it for today. Tomorrow we'll be doing more with vectors. Tomorrow I'm going to teach you about dot product of vectors. So stay tuned for that.